Hello, everybody. It is Friday, and I have some slightly good news, which is that in the past, when I've been doing live streams, my audio has been a little bit weird. There's something off in this microphone, which I was using. So, I switched up to use a different mic, and hopefully, this should negate kind of the problems that I was having. So, you tell me in the comments, um, do I sound all right? Do I sound clear? And let me know whereabouts in the world you hail from. You can hear me? You can hear me? Oh, I'm sounds low. I can turn myself up. That is not the issue. I can I can do that. I can make it nearer to me. How do I do that exactly? What's the smartest way to do this? Do you think I should be... What if I do this? And There we go. Alrighty. That's taping my microphone to my drink bottle. Does that make me sound a little bit better? Okay. It's still pretty quiet. Ooh. Whoop. Now, I'm probably having some Wi-Fi issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream in a lower bitrate. Because it is... for the record, I have really bad Wi-Fi right now. And so I technically didn't even know if if I didn't even really know if this live stream is actually going to work. If my Wi-Fi is too bad because of where I currently am, then I am not going to be able to stream, which is really sad. But I said a while ago that I wanted to stream like every month this year, and realizing that that is not necessarily entirely within my control. So yeah, but we will work with this how we can for the most part. Yes, I am currently in Europe, you know, but currently I'm in France, but I am in the middle of nowhere in France. Is basically it. And when I arrived here, and I said to them, hey, and I said to them, hey, what's the Wi-Fi like here? Because the thing is, you never know what Wi-Fi is like. But apparently, I'm on a second repeater, and what that basically means is you've got the Wi-Fi going from here, and then you add a little device, and then you add another little device that all projects it further and further out. So yeah, there are. If I fall away, I'm very sorry. You know, doing my best. But we are here to do a few things. First and foremost, I wanted to take some time to raise some money for Doctors Without Borders. So you know, there are a lot of conflicts going on in the world right now, and you know, obviously you're probably hearing a lot about Palestine, about Ukraine, about you know, a lot of those like those ones which the news is talking about a lot, but there's a lot of stuff going on which isn't necessarily being talked about in the Congo, in South Sudan, and Doctors Without Borders is an organization which at least goes into these places and has a bit more of a broad understanding of the issues in the world. They send doctors and nurses and healthcare out to places which do not have the infrastructure and the money to be able to afford it. And putting resources and money in the hands of the right people is one of the most important things we do. And I do believe that, you know, the people who have platforms have a responsibility to at least try their best in some way, shape, or form to help. And we can't fight every battle, you know. Not every creator can fight every battle, especially given there's a never-ending list of battles, you know, going on in the world. Battles against disease, and there's poverty, and there's starvation. But we can do something, and it's so much more important to do something than to do nothing. Because sometimes people get paralyzed with this sense of, you know, with the sense of like, well, there's too many things, and so I just won't do anything, and I don't want to be in that position. You know, ultimately, I don't think that's the way to handle it. So here is. If you would like to join me in donating to Doctors Without Borders, I want to say thank you so much to Caffeine and Words who donated $20. Means a lot. And Captain Cappy donated €10. Really does mean a lot. But here's what this collection, a Catalogue for the End of Humanity. So I will be reading one of those stories. It's only a short story this time. And any money made on this video is going to Doctors Without Borders, of course. There's no link to get the book or anything like that, because I don't want it to be about that. It's just that I said I would read the stories, and I realize I haven't done that in a couple of months. The only links to worry about are the donate links. But I'm going to read that so I can hit two birds with one stone, make good on that promise, reading these stories. We're going to talk writing, and you can put questions in the comments, and I can respond to that. Those we won't do that just yet, and then after that, we are going to play some Baldur's Gate. And again, I have no idea if I'm going to have the internet to even be able to do that in the first place. But we're going to give it a shot. You know, we're going to give it a shot. And I totally understand if you're not able to donate and join me. And I'm going to try and match some of the donations that are coming in. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, look, if the internet does not work at all, I can see my activity, my stream health going up and down. So tell you what, I am going to thank you, Jack Manson, for donating $5. I'm gonna disappear for a second, and then I'll be back so that I can switch. So that I can switch my latency to be as to be as low as possible. We shall see. Give me. Okay. All right. So hopefully that is a little bit clearer, because I'm now streaming at a lower bit rate. We shall see. But first things first, I want you guys to put in chat what your favorite stories are. Like, just give me a story that, like, if you could share that story with anyone else, then what would that be? What would you get them? What would you get them to read? What would you get them to play? What would you get them to watch? That sort of thing. And uh, what would be? So I always love hearing about it. I feel like you can tell so much about a person by kind of the stories that they wish that they could share with everyone. You know. All right. What we got here? Got the City of Ember, Erase, Code Geass. Seen Code Geass, the Mars trilogy. Oh, Mars trilogy is fantastic. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, that's a classic. Magnus Archives. I've not read the Magnus Archives, but I mean, I've heard so many people talk about it. Ghost in the Shell, yeah, I mean, it's great. Full Marks Brotherhood, fantastic. Merlin, I like Merlin. I don't think it's like high quality, but I did love Merlin. You know, How to Train Your Dragon. Obviously, it's great. The Name of the Wind, Wise Man's Fear, Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is kind of cheating because I feel like everyone knows Star Wars already. You know, um, can I go above that? Nope, I can't. So the Kite Runner, that's good. That's a unique choice. Not one I was expecting to hear. It's great though. Arcane, Neon Evangelion, Avatar Last Minute. Listen to Tom Scott. Honestly, telling people to check out Tom Scott, I stand by that. Tom Scott is amazing. You know, he is in my view, he is almost what is best about YouTube. You know, the person who said I have no mouth and I must scream, you are a cruel, cruel person. Um, but yeah, getting the 9th. That's all fair. That all's fair. Tom is not gone, by the way. People who haven't seen Tom Scott, he's a YouTuber who talks tech, he talks tech, he talks science, he talks really interesting like game theory stuff. He does linguistics every so often. But check him out if you haven't seen him. You will have seen him. You will know him if you haven't. But he's still doing stuff. Like he's not doing his main channel videos as much as, but he's still very much doing collaborations, and you see him a lot around the other stuff. Okay, with that in mind, I'm gonna read the story for this month, which is called "The Exclusion Clause in the Small Print of Life." Now, you may know, if you've been closely following me, which you may well not have, I'm 2 months behind. I've got 2 stories here, which is one is called The Exclusion Clause in the Small Print of Life, and the other one is called The Funeralists. And the reason that I'm not going to be doing The Funeralists as well is that there is a whole other video which I am working on, which delves deep into that. It's also quite long, and I don't want to just overwhelm that here. I'd really like to try and give Baldur's Gate a go. No idea if that will work, but we shall see. I've not read the Balloon Tree by Phoebe Gilman, but yeah. So we shall basically. So this is one of the short stories. This one was originally published in Apparition Literary Magazine, and I was really happy with that publication because that was a magazine I've been following for a while now, and so it was kind of like recognition, recognition. All right, okay, let's let's read it out. And by the way, while I'm reading this, I will match every single donation that comes through while I'm reading. So long as I'm reading this, I'm not going to be looking at what's donated, but I will match every donation up to like 200 euros. I have a charity budget. I'm not able to do everything, but 200 euros or the equivalent, which is like 200 US dollars ish or so. Um, so let us begin. And the donate link is just below the chat or beside the chat, depending on whether you're on desktop or mobile or whatever. The exclusion clause. I forget that had my mic on it. I forgot I had my mic. All right. Somewhere in the small print of life, there must be an exclusion clause. If there is no hope, do not wake me up. It is the reason people take their own lives by the pill or the knife, or in Silas's case, he could throw himself from the top of the cryostasis shaft where 2,556 passengers slept in his care. Also, I'm sorry, I should have warned you. The story does talk about suicide a fair bit. If that's not in your vein, if you don't feel you can deal with that, you should probably just check out for a little bit now. Alright, I'll start again. Somewhere in the small print of life, there must be an exclusion clause. If there is no hope, do not wake me up. It is the reason people take their own lives by the pill or the knife, or in Silas's case, he could throw himself from the top of the cryostasis shaft where 2,556 passengers slept in his care. It was the only place on the Good Hope or colony ship where the artificial gravity would allow him to achieve terminal velocity. Terminal velocity. It made him laugh every time. Humanity had automated manufacturers, farmers, even poets, but they could never quite get rid of janitors, the fixers. Someone had to keep the ship company in its years through the dark, keep her humming, ease her aches and pains. A mediocre sod like him wasn't special or rich enough to lock in one of those cryopods, but he was formidable with a wrench. So there he was. The passengers were to be woken 51 years. The passengers were to be woken after 51 years, when the Kurohopor reached Gliese 581c, more affectionately called New Eden, with all the utopian promises of a sky where children could see the sun, of soil that didn't poison life, of hope in all its bastardized forms. It had been 62 years since they left Earth. Silas had made caring for his 2,556 passengers his purpose, a noble duty, a task only he was entrusted with, and one that only he could do. Every bolt he tightened, every fuse he fixed, and every time he abseiled to check each cryopod was the most important thing anyone had ever done in the history of the universe. It took on a virtue, and it helped ward off the darkest thoughts he had never been prepared for in his loneliness. Even if the passengers never knew him, he came to imagine himself as their father figure, their guardian, and he laughed the day he turned 61. He was finally older than every last one of them. When the readings from Gliese 581c were first coming in, Silas ascended to his throne on the control deck. He laid his hand over the lever that would defrost the first wave of people. He had practiced the procedure 1,000 times and was repeating the steps to himself, afraid he might suddenly forget one in his apotheosis. Dispatch drones, radiation shields up, secure high-level orbit, prepare nutrient silos, wait for readings, unlock the first chamber. Dispatch drones, radiation shields up, secure high-level orbit, prepare nutrient silos, wait for readings, unlock the first chamber. Dispatch drones, radiation shields up, secure high-level orbit, prepare... The readings had to be wrong. They had to be. But no matter how many times he checked, they came back the same. New Eden was a toxic wasteland they could never hope to terraform, a tortured, barren altar on which all their visions of the stars had come to die. He could not pull that lever. Silas had read all their files. A little girl in pod 138B, Sunti Nakbadith, hoped to grow a garden of amaranth and bean sprouts. But Silas couldn't give her that. Agata Bellucci, pod 640A, hoped to raise a family in the open air, not underground. She didn't know she was pregnant when she boarded. He couldn't give her that either. What was he to do? Wake them and let his 2,556 children starve as their limited resources dwindled? Letting them sleep forever was kinder than that. I'm so sorry. He relinquished the lever and sunk to the ground before the window. The fire that fueled him for years had burned down to nothing and left behind only thoughts of hitting terminal velocity down the cryo shaft. An alert at his wrist told him Pod 138B had malfunctioned, and Silas raced down to find Sunti Nukbreath awake, conscious and puzzled. The halt procedure must have accidentally triggered her pod. Are we there yet? She asked. Silas never thought he could feel a smile till that moment. A strange thing, more tangible than anything he had seen in years, a crinkle in his reality of straight corridors and curved pipes. A smile that belonged under a new sun, smelling amaranth and plucking bean sprouts from soil just after rain. He shook his head, then remembered he used to speak with words. No, not yet, he lied. Go back to sleep. Silas returned to the control deck, and he could still see Sunti's face in the contours of the planet's surface. It drew a smile out of him. If there was an exclusion clause in the small print of life, he decided it had not come to pass. He set the Kotohopo's course for a new exoplanet, one he knew he would never see, but Sunti might. Age had eaten away at Silas. His finesse, limbs, even his memory were fading. How did he fix this fuse last time? Where did he leave his wrench? The ship might not survive another century voyage, but he could hope. One day, someone would find them and wake them under the light of a new star where he couldn't. Before long, the stars took him. His last thoughts were of Sunti pressing a bean sprout seed into the soft dirt, her fingers brushing through vivid fingers of amaranth, and her smile bright under a new sun. All right, so that is one of the stories from this book. If you watch the video on the second channel, you'll know that I talked a little bit about it, what it's about, and why I wrote it the way I did over on there. But either way, writing is fun and reading is fun, and that's ultimately what I've kind of cultivated a community around in so many ways. So yeah, I'll ask how's my stream looking? Is it dying? Is the stream not looking that great?
No, it's good.
It's alright. Right, man. Yeah, but welcome everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. There'll be another reading next month. So I am now. The stream is alive. Yes. So yeah, I mean the story is about it's primarily about like how we find hope when it's darkest, and I really like the part at the end where at the it talks about the stars taking him. The stars, which are kind of these like bright aspirational they're these bright aspirational kind of things, points of light that draw us on, that we see stars and stories in, and I it wanted to be this sort of sense of hope, a thing that he's reaching for, even if he doesn't quite find it. And I can show you the ending, if you can see on the page there. The lines slowly get further and further and more distant as they move down the page, as he begins to die, sort of symbolically representing the thinning of his thoughts and him sort of slipping off into the next realm or so on. Yeah, so it's a story that was one of the earliest stories I had published. I can't remember the order in which that happened usually, but it is a story that's special to me. And yeah, I love when authors play with formatting to express an idea as well. If you've read House of Leaves, you'll know that's like taken to an extreme level. Um, so it's yeah, I but do you guys? Oh, whoops, never mind. Um, what are some ways that you can play with formatting? First time I've seen. I mean, the idea of like playing with formatting in writing a story is not new. Um, I mean, it's most famously done in poetry, obviously. When uh, when you see poets, putting words, stretching words apart, and like aligning it left and right, and doing it decorately, or you see some words are in different colors. That's using the formatting, um, and I think that sometimes people are a little bit afraid to use that in books because obviously it's very normal to not use um, that sort of thing uh, in books. There there are a handful that I've read which do. Um, I read a story at one point which used musical formatting to communicate part of its meaning. There was like a uh, it was like the words were placed in the ways that notes would, and so you could still read it, but it also created the sense of a tune. And if you could understand reading music, you might know what that sounds like. I don't know what that sounds like, but if you were to do an audiobook, how would you want that spacing portrayed by the narrator? This is actually one thing that I have struggled with because the audiobook is coming. I'm literally listening to it like today, yesterday, checking through it. So people will be able to get that when they choose. Um, and one of the problems that we have is that there are formatting things in this book that are hard to represent. So on the one hand, I'm putting at the start of like a story which uses it. Um, uh, uh, where basically you just have to tell them. You just have to tell people, hey, this story uses formatting and spacing as a way to communicate meaning, and that cannot be accurately um, portrayed necessarily in an audiobook. Summary of the most asked questions: 1, he's in France. 2, he's an interesting. 3, volume can't be fixed. This is true, guys. I warned you. I warned you all. Um, so yeah. So one, you can just tell them, but there's another part in this book where the universe is collapsing, and I use the words to I change the spacing between letters to indicate if things are stretching or compressing. And when I was listening to the audiobook, they decided to like say the words quicker and slower, which would never work if like you had to do it all the time, right? No one really wants to listen to you saying, and then he walked into the store and it was slow. That just sounds unpleasant. Um, so yeah, but it's that there are other ways to do it. But I mean, the real problem is, so I listened to the audiobook version of. I'll get it up. There are two poems in this book. Um, one of them is called "Roger Go at Throttle Up," which, if you know your history, is a line said by someone before they die. But um, there is this uh, there is this poem which has blacked out words. How do you communicate blacked out words? And not only that, but then there's lines on the next page where the words spread out. And this is all very intentional, but they ended up just sort of like not saying the blank words. that have been blacked out. But of course, unless you can sort of see what you're not seeing, it does come across a little weird. And so I think we just need to add in a clarification that, like, this is not fully capturing what it's saying. So, yes, yeah, redacting parts of the book. Also, I never find myself catching live streams to any content creators. You're my favorites. I attend online writing seminars after being inspired to some of your previous videos. It's really cool, Ben. I'm glad that you're able to do that. I have a question for you, Tim. Have you read The Power of One by Bryce Courtenay? I found so much love and meaning in that book. I have not read The Power of One. It is definitely a story I've heard of, and I don't know if it's because I've heard of it because it's in, like, you know, Aussie and New Zealand circles. Sometimes there are stories like that. Like, I remember the Tattooist of Auschwitz was like a real big story in New Zealand, but I don't know if it's a massive story outside of New Zealand. It just happens to be by Heather Morris, I think it is, who is a New Zealander, taken from the story of another person, though. So, oh, does the title say Doctors with Borders? Oh. I don't know if I can change that. Hang on. I think I could change helping doctors with borders. There we go. Guys, thank you for pointing that out. I did not realize. So now we move into the kind of Q&A section. But I did want to talk about, like, I want to talk about how you can use formatting in your stories, and I think that if you know when to use it, it can be really effective, because suddenly being hit with, like, a formatting thing that kind of, like, takes you out of it, and you go, oh, this is what they're doing. It can be really interesting. There's this one in House of Leaves. I mean, there's a million of them in House of Leaves, but the one that I most iconically remember is there's this character who is hanging by a rope, and the words get longer and longer and stretch across the page as the rope is getting longer and longer and stretched out. And then, of course, it snaps. And instead of, like, there being and what happens is the next word is the word snapped is tilted as if it's cracked, as if it's, you know, that's that stuff. So, but yeah, no, thank you for pointing that out. Have you guys ever come across books which use formatting in those ways? And if so, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. House of Leaves just sounds like Shel Silverstein. I mean, it is in many ways, yeah. And you're also welcome to chuck in writing or world building questions or whatever in the comments, or avatar questions. I guess people have those. But and I will try to get around to those. I have a writing question for Tim. How often do you write, and are you working on anything in particular now? See, there's always a conflict for me, because people, I had someone I'm working with yesterday literally say, like, you know, that my work, my videos are like are a creative writing in a way. And I'm like, well, they're not really, but of course they are. They are. There's definitely a good number of my videos are creative exercises. Maybe not like the lectures so much, but I've got this video that I'm working on. It's similar to The Power of Abandoned Places, except I'm talking about immortality. And and that is very much a creative exercise. It's a piece of creative writing to talk about something, as much as it is also an essay. So, yeah. But am I working on anything specifically, like, writing-wise? I am currently working on I'm currently working on a short story, which I really like the sound of, which is about two people. Um, it's about two women who are in love, and to um, one of them goes off in a spaceship to explore what is basically a black hole, and the other one stays on Earth, and so they experience time differently. Um, but the story is told in two columns basically. So you've got one story this column, one story that column. They're told parallel, even though they're experiencing time differently. And on the one hand, you've got this person who is, as they go into the black hole, time gets longer for them. Sorry, time gets shorter for them. Um, and then on the other hand, the other person on Earth, they are suffering from a dementia, Alzheimer's kind of mental degeneration disease, and so they're both experiencing a kind of time dilation where time seems to stretch out, it seems to get shorter until they're eventually rejoined. So I mean, there's sort of this parallel of like how we psychologically understand and deal with time. But yeah, so I think I have missed some. Uh, I have missed some. All right. So, what do you think about the magic school archetype? Ever since Harry Potter came out, nobody's dabbled in it. But before that, there were plenty. Is magic school monopolized by Harry Potter nowadays? I mean, the magic school is inescapably tied to Harry Potter nowadays in the cultural zeitgeist. It is not the first um, magic school concept. Ursula Le Guin touched on it in A Wizard of Earthsea. Admittedly, it's a very short part of the book. The character goes to a school for like a chapter, and then it jumps forward. But there is a magic school, and it's also important to remember that the you know I think that there definitely have been magic schools outside of that. I mean, Percy Jackson is basically a magic school, um, a magic school, a story in many ways. Pretty much. Uh, and I feel like I've definitely seen variations on it. Um, I think that it's possibly one of those tropes which gets so incredibly popular that it then takes a while to resurge. We saw the same thing with the factions dystopia. The Hunger Games, the Divergent, the Matched, the stuff where people are sorted into a dystopia of categories, and it got so popular, it got so big that now it's kind of disappeared for the most part, and we're seeing an emergence of a more organic dystopian type story. So magic schools will come back, but when they return, they'll be different. That tends to be it. Healthy Disc Fran, I've started your writing books in my creative writing masters and got good marks for it. Love it. It's actually been really cool. I've seen my videos referenced on like Wikipedia and stuff, which is really weird. Very, validating and stuff like that. But, hard to it's interesting. The Ire Affair by Jasper Fjord. I remember it listed chapter 13 in the index, but there is no chapter 13. That's really cool. Love that. Okay. So, yeah, Strixhaven, Magic School setting. Yeah, I've not played Strixhaven. Is there anything you'd say Calvin and Hobbes did really well, Brian? Okay, Calvin and Hobbes is interesting because it seems really popular in like it's a it's I think it's a UK thing, right? Sorry, the goats are just coming out. We have goats on this property. Um, uh, I think Calvin Hobbes is a UK thing. I actually don't know, but I never read it. It was never a big thing growing up. It was something that, in my view, was purely something that happened in other countries. Um, so yeah, um, it's American. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, it's American. It always seems like purely American, basically. Um, So, uh, will you do a video on writing religions? Yes. I mean, I've done one on like I've done one on like polytheism, but admittedly, I don't think that's my strongest video. I'd want to do one on monotheism at some point, but I think there are more interesting ways to approach world building religions. Have you tried the Avatar TTRPG? Yes, I have. Um, it's it's okay. I think it could have been better. I think it uses the apocalypse system. Um, I it's interesting. Like I have it sounds so arrogant to say, but it's like I feel like I could create like a way better system than all the ones that are currently out there. But of course, that's never true because they're designed to accomplish different things, and if they're accomplishing one thing really well, they're typically not accomplishing like other things very well. Calvin Hobbes is American. My dad loves it. He says it perfectly captures what it's like to raise a young boy. I've never read it, never exposed to it. It was very much a thing that other people. Yeah. There have been several magic schools after Harry Potter that just didn't get the hype or notoriety because they were deemed ripoffs. And yeah, I mean, like, to some degree that is true. Like, I mean, whenever a massively successful book is written, there are other books written in its vein that are not ripoffs, like, to be clear. Because what actually happens is that generally what happens is that a writer will read a book and they'll be like, wow, this is amazing, I want to write something like this, and then they'll come up with their own twist on it. They'll come up with their own like concept of it, and they might take a little bit too much from like the story that they loved, but ripoff just feels like such a negative way to view it when I'm kind of just like, no, it's just an author who just like loved the original story and wants to see more of it, you know. So I tend to be, yeah, I tend to, but when it's overshadowed by like the magic school trope, it tends to, you tend to just see the big one, like you tend to see the Hunger Games. Hunger Games has aged actually pretty well though, funnily enough. Do you have any thoughts or advice about working into the editing and publishing industry for work? I mean, those are two very different industries. Um, Freelancing is one way you can do it. I did freelancing for a while. It is not easy money. It is long hours, competitive hours, and people pay nothing. And I mean, especially with the rise of AI, trying to get into freelance creative writing. AI is not particularly good at editing yet. But it is definitely out competing people in some things, so getting into them is really hard. I don't know if I think that the best thing that I can offer is to probably try and write short stories and be part of beta reading groups. There are lots of discords and there are lots of discords and communities where you could join people beta read for each other, and generally I've seen what happens is that like everyone reads and writes and reads and writes and they exchange stuff, and then eventually some people transcend beyond that and start to charge, and that's one way you can do it if you can be inside the community. Upon your recommendation of Annihilation by Jack Lindemann, it's my absolute favorite book at the moment. Did you read the other parts as well? I have not read Absolution yet. I have read. I am very aware of the other books, but I've read Dead Astronauts by him, which is amazing as well. Very weird, like even weirder than Annihilation, to be perfectly honest. But yeah. If 50 Shades of Grey can happen to Twilight, who's to say what my Harry Potter Macross Fury mashup is? That made my wife laugh. How did you find how'd you find living in Europe? Any big surprises? Everything here costs. Everything costs. Nothing is free ever. Which in New Zealand you could just go out into the wild and like be in places, but it's just everywhere. It's just, oh no, it's €5 there, €5 there. the food here is really cheap at the supermarket, incredibly cheap, which is really nice. Um, if you're exploring more dealings with immortality, Freya and my beloved, please also check out the heart-wrenching story, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I'm afraid I'm currently out of the research phase. This is one of the hardest things about writing video essays for me, okay? I will look at a topic, and I will have so many options for things to talk about, so many stories which do something amazingly, and I will not be able to talk about all of them. This is part of the reason that when I was talking about immortality, I ended up splitting it into two videos because I needed to approach them from two different angles. But what happens is that I tend to get like 5 things, and I'm like, these are amazing stories. They talk about incredible stuff, but I can't use all of them because they all say similar stuff, and they're not different enough in terms of what we can learn from them, what we can take away from them, that I can include more of them, you know? And so I have to look for stories which are not only like really good examples, but they say different things to each other. They build on the analysis. And so like in this immortality script, I'm like weighing up whether I can use the Sandman in talking about immortality when I've already got Jorge Luis Borges' The Immortal and the Macropolis' Case by Carol Kipek, because they explore similar ideas in many ways. So it's yeah. Thank you, Conrad, for donating to Doctors Without Borders. It means a lot. Again, yeah, we are trying to raise money for Doctors Without Borders, not the ones with borders, who go into places around the world that need healthcare, that need support, need resources, that would otherwise not have access to it. You hear a lot about, Ukraine and Palestine, but there are a lot of conflicts going on in the world that Doctors Without Borders are looking to support, and that's really, really important. So yeah, any donations are really valuable, and I will be looking to match donations coming in. So it'll as long as I can. So thank you to everyone who does. So Doctors with Borders are important, but they are not the focus of this video. If you are interested, see your local GP. So, you know what? I feel like a feature that YouTube really needs is the ability to donate and send in questions. Sadly, that is not a thing yet. I think that would massively improve. So, what have I missed? Okay. People who want, will you be wanting a WWOOF locations? And that I don't even know what that is. What's WWOOF? The World Wildlife of Other Foreign Countries. I don't know. Woof. No, it's not. It's not woof. It's woof. Woof. You can enable super chats and declare that all super chats get donated. I could do that, but that gets messy because suddenly I am presenting it as a donation, and I just have to be like, "Hey, everyone, super chat's going to get donated, but you have to trust that I'm going to do it." And one golden rule when it comes to managing charity live streams is that as a creator, if you cannot touch the money, that's way better. If you can get, if the money never has to pass through you, that is really, really valuable because it just removes any skepticism around that. That's why Tiltify is great because the money just goes directly through Tiltify to the charity. And also YouTube takes like 45% of the money, I think it is. What is the best way to write out your story from start to finish when writing the first draft? Yeah. Okay. Um. So, yeah, but basically, I don't really want to touch the I don't really want to touch the money. Um. YouTube is okay. To be clear, YouTube is not taking fundraiser money. Any money that's donated at the link below, YouTube does not take any money from. Someone suggested that they send a super chat, which is money that is given to the creator and that I donated. I don't want to touch the money because it means that there's just moral questions around that. So sorry, the question from Lego Angry Birds. I have a writing question. What is the best way to write out a story from start to finish when writing first draft? If you guys have any if you guys have any thoughts on that question, please do let me know in the comments. How do you plan your stories? How do you do all that sort of stuff? So for me personally, I tend to know where I want to end up. I know where the story ends up. Or if I don't know where the story ends up, then I know I try to figure out like a core thing that I really want to write, like a moment, like an actual story plot thing. And it might be the woman kills her husband. That's the big thing. Okay. Could you? That's the big thing. I'll do the brick after this. And so I once I know the thing that I really want to write, this is the key part of the story. This is the part of the story that I want to hit the reader with. And I write that out, and then I ask myself, okay, what do I need to do to make that happen? And then I walk back from that or forward from that and sort of build out from those. And I try to figure out, I try to figure out like what is the first thing that needs to happen to make this really important beat take off, to make it hit, to make it hurt? What is the first thing that we really need to see to set this up? And so that might be, for example, if she's going to kill her husband, it might be that we need to establish that that she discovers that he's gambling away all their money. That might be the starting point, that sort of thing. And so at some point I'm going to realize like I've got a hook, I've got a question, and that's sort of how I do it. I build back from the really important point. I think that if you start in a random place and you end up kind of discovery writing your way forward, a lot of the time it ends up a little bit meandering. Like that is, I'm not frowning on people who do discovery write. It just doesn't really work for me personally. Yeah, so I tend to just to do it that way. Yeah. What do we got here? Okay, so can you pull? Okay, so this is a beautifully stable wall. This is for the people who missed it last time. But a beautifully stable brick wall here, as you might see. Oh, I think I might be buffering. No, beautifully stable brick wall here. Lovely solid thing that I'm living in right now. It's fantastic, and let's see how solid it is. Solid brick wall, just coming out of the wall. I love this place. This place was built in 1790. Can the brick wall hold any back any wolves that want to blow it down? No idea. Okay, guys. Do you want to play Baldur's Gate? I know my internet is terrible. I know this might not work. Do you want me to try to play Baldur's Gate? And you guys can decide my class, my race, what I look like, and I will. You guys can decide everything I do. It may not work, but you want to see me fail my stream to play Baldur's Gate? Okay, that's fine. I have to change the thumbnail now. I was prepared for this. Okay, here we go. I wish I... there we go. Baldur's Gate, but Chad decides everything for charity. Okay, so... I should make Daniel Green as a... I don't think you can be a goblin. You can't be a goblin. That's so sad. Okay. Alright. So, I want your guys' thoughts, alright? Tell me, what class should I be? Now, if you don't know D&D classes, then that's okay. That's okay, because, basically, you just need to write kind of vaguely what you think. Magic, stealth, strength, that sort of thing, and I'll sort of divide from that. But the orcs are like tall goblins. Cleric, because you're doing it for Doctors Without Borders. That's actually quite clever. That's quite clever. Okay.
I feel like most people are saying bard.
People are saying bard. Oh god, if they make me play the horny bard, I swear. Nope. Oh, yep. Video capture device. Oh, nope. There we go. Baldur's Gate. Okay. So.
You could be a bard that tries to be horny but always fails.
A bard that tries to be horny but fails. Okay, guys. So. I think I can do this. Be the avatar. Alright, new game. Alright, guys. I need you to tell me first off. Difficulty. Should I be doing it on the easiest, the balanced, tactician, honor, or a fraught and deadly campaign, a campaign for strategic combat? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Hard? Okay, easy. Okay, we got explorer, balanced. Okay, we got 2 balanced, 2 easy, 2 hard, 3 balanced, 4 balanced. Honor. I don't even know what honor is. A fraught and deadly campaign awaits, limited to a single file. Honor. Also, can you guys hear? Can they hear Baldur's Gate? Okay, guys, it is down. Hang on, I can put a poll. I can put a poll. Honor or balanced? Let's go. There we go. I can make a poll, guys. We got. Oh no. No. Oh, balanced. Balanced is winning. Huh? Balanced is a reasonable playthrough. Honor is psychotic. That is. No. The game is quiet, but you can hear it. That's okay. That's okay. Play Dark Urge Monk. It will be the best decision of your life. Balanced is winning. I think Balanced is winning. It is. Yep. I'm sorry, guys. Balanced is winning. Goodness. Dude, we're gonna watch the whole stream watching him play. Okay. Look. Balanced has won. Hasn't it? Balanced is at 64%? Yep. Okay. Alright, now guys, we're moving on to, I think we pick class next. I'm so sorry. Oh no, I'm not watching cutscenes. We're not here to cutscenes. We're here. I'm here to no. Welcome back. There's no tutorials have been seen. We'll not be up here again. If you'd like to see anything, reset tutorials. Don't reset. Okay, right, guys. Tell me. Next up, I'm doing an origin character, that's fine. Race! Okay, here are the race options, guys. Elf, tiefling, drow, human, halfling, half-elf, dwarf, githyanki, gnome, dragonborn, half-orc. Okay? Give me a race to play as, and the ones which come through most, we'll put down to a vote. Yeah. Okay. Goblin, gnome, drow. Okay, help me, Laura. Laura's gonna help me figure out what's coming through most here. Gnome, drow, halfling. Halfling's coming through a lot. I think halfling's coming through a lot. Halfling and drow.
Well, Daniel keeps saying Dark Urge Drow.
Dark Urge drow. Daniel just wants to see me commit war crimes. Like, okay, Sphearth Niblin. What? Sphearth Niblin? You remember those people? They're like discount gnomes. Drow. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of drow and halfling. Okay, so we're polling that. Start a poll. Oh, can I gotta end that poll.
War Crime 10 is the best 10.
Start poll. Okay, halfling versus drow. Okay, so drow's like dark elf. Okay, basically. Drow 67%, halfling, drow. Oh, I think people. I'm surprised people want drow. I think halfling's way more interesting. Drow was just underground elf. This is true. You know, tell you what. Okay, all right. You know what? It is. Okay, we're being a drow. We're being... Oh no, drow's counted down. We're at 52? 52? 53?
Oh, it keeps going back and forth.
It does. 51. This is, guys, this is, I mean, it's 50-50 here. So close. If it tips over to halfling once, then I will play halfling. If it's just got to tip over to halfling once, and I will play halfling. Okay? If it... Can we get it there? Can we get it there? It's currently at 52%. It would only take like a handful of votes. It's 51. Oh, okay, all right. I've guess we're being drow.
50-50.
No, oh, halfling. I saw it. It's 51 halfling. Okay, guys, I'm tiny. All right. I don't know what that is. What do I get? Advantage on stealth checks. Nah, we don't need stealth. Saving throws against poison and resistant. Oh no one uses poison. Okay, guys, class times. Class. Here's the exciting one. What are we doing? Are we going magic, strength, stealth? We're going barbarian, bard, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, and also wizard. We're not playing wizard because my main character's a wizard. Okay. Let's What do we got coming in here? Bard, barbarian, rogue, and bard are the ones I'm seeing the most. Bard is winning, right? Bard's winning. Just to be sure. Should I do bard versus anything else?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, let's see if bard can beat anything else. Here we go. Bard's winning against anything else. Oh no. No. Oh,
Oh, it's up and down.
it's up and down. Kick the script. Anything else? Look, I'm sorry, but anything else is not going to win. The fact that anything else only has 57% suggests that people want Bard. There is a squirrel, and you can talk to the squirrel. Alright, what do we got here? Minor Illusion. Minor Illusion's quite good. These are all really terrible. Take only half damage. Vicious. I mean, we've got to do Vicious Mockery. Sleep is really good. Distant Whispers. I'm not using Healing Word. Thunderwave is really good. Don't know Fairy Fire. Heroism. No, that sucks. Featherfall. Not useful early game. Sleep is really good. Early game. Oh, true. Actually, if someone donates, I will sing any song that you guys want. If someone donates $10 within the next
Yeah, and you should absolutely ask him to sing Miracles of Miracles.
Oh, from Fiddler on the Roof. I was the main character in Fiddler on the Roof. You understand? Yeah, I was the main character.
Mottle was not the main character.
Mottle is the primary driver of that story. Oh, okay. Anonymous donated 100 PLN. I don't know how much that converts to.
It's not fun.
Okay. I said I would sing something. I'll get copyrighted. I just gotta sing.
Roof.
Huh?
You were the roof in Fiddler.
I was the roof and Fiddler on the Roof. Okay. Starting instrument. Guys, have I got a flute, a lute, a lyre, a violin, or a hand drum? Okay. Daniel donated $10. What do I need to dumb now?
Oh gosh, Bard and anything else. Did you choose?
Huh?
Did you choose between Bard and anything else?
Look, that means that 50% of people wanted Bard. All right, Daniel. What am I singing? Someone give me violin, lyre. Now sing "Baby Got Back," and I want to see you put your back into it. This is a slight issue, actually. I've just realized, which is that I don't know any songs. I don't know what "Baby Got Back" sounds like. What is?
Hey, people are paying to hear me sing.
No, I don't know this. I don't know who did. What is "Baby Got Back"?
I feel like I can't explain this without singing it. I'm not giving it.
Is it by? I don't.
You know the original My Anaconda drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the. What do you mean the original?
Not the Nicki Minaj.
Is there an original Nicki Minaj? Okay, all right. I will read. I'm gonna read the "Baby Got Back" lyrics, and I'm gonna sing them how I think they possibly sound. Okay. Oh, this is bad. Okay, all right. Here you go. All right. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It's so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends, but who understands those rap guys? Oh, they only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute. Okay, I mean her butt is just so big. Oh, I can't believe it's so round. It's like out there. I mean, a gross look. I like. Oh, it's that song. I like.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yes.
I didn't know. Why would I know?
Somehow you made it sound like Christmas carolers.
Look, I don't know music, okay? This is the worst national anthem. Oh, okay, alright guys. I think Lyre won that. It's the classic, right? Alright, you guys, next $10 donation, I will do anything else. I will. You guys put it in chat. Laura will pick. Laura will look through and see what's there. We've got background, guys. Charlatan, criminal, entertainer, folk hero, guild artisan. These are just skills. I mean, we're gonna go. If we're gonna be, am I being good or evil? Tell me in the comments. Am I being good or evil?
What am I picking?
I don't know.
Okay, I was like, crap. What am I picking?
Am I being good, bad, or evil? Basically, I'm being good. Oh, good. People want me to. Oh, true. Poll. I need to. I keep.
These polls are way too entertaining. We have to have a poll.
Yeah. Okay. I can only. I'm being good. Good and bad. Bad.
Oh yeah, true. Can you be morally grey?
Okay. You can be morally grey in this game. Put it in. There you go. You can have the mix. People want good. Oh my goodness! I did not expect that. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna be. Good and bad. But people don't want me to be bad. They don't want me to kick the squirrel, which is, I'm sorry, Daniel. Daniel wants me to kick the squirrel.
Can you kick the squirrel while being good?
Can you kick the squirrel while being good? If I remember right, the squirrel is a bit of a dick. I can't quite remember, but...
Good people make mistakes.
Okay, tell you what, survival's useful. We'll be an Outlander. Okay. Alright, guys. Here's what we're gonna do for... here's how it's gonna work, okay? I'm going to start a poll. How many options can I add?
Someone just donated.
Oh, someone just donated? Thank you, One Winged Rose. $5. British dollars. Yeah, basically. It's the same thing, functionally. Okay, guys. Laura's gonna tell me, but basically, tell me what to put all of my points into. Am I putting all my points into strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma? And I will put everything I can into there. That'll literally be the entire thing. And you guys just gonna... Just so you know... Yeah, because I'm a bard. Because I'm a charisma caster.
Yeah, a lot.
None in charisma. Guys, I have to be a functional bard. Okay. Okay, everything in charisma and strength. We'll go... There we go. Oh, $20 from Tori Nightingale. Thank you so much. Tori, please tell me in the comments what you would like me to sing, or a question, and if you've got one, chuck it in there, and hopefully Laura will catch it, and I'll see if I can answer that. Okay, alright. So, what's going in? I've got 9 points left, guys. Dexterity. Okay. And then nothing in wisdom and intelligence. I don't think people want me to be smart or wise. Okay. Super every...
Now people are bringing in intelligence.
Nah. -1 in charisma. We're just gonna go. There we go. What's my name, guys? Best name. Oh. Do you ship Hellbrand and Galadriel? Can you agree that'd be hot together? They're both hot characters. That does not mean that they should be together. Even flirting with the idea that they were ever, like... Oh my gosh, there's a bug. There is a bug right in front of me. That is a... Oh my goodness, there's a little bug here. Can I pick it up? Oh, it's trying to hide under my... Look at this, guys.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's crawling towards my hand. Guys, this is the name that you're putting in the chat is the name of both me and the bug now. Bug... Shorty McShortface. Bug Lord. Bug Lord. I'm loving... yeah, I... In answer to your question, I do not ship them. I think they're both hot. Yes, theoretically they would be, but it is not a good idea to do that in the first place. Bug Bob, Bug Bog, Tiwi, call him Steven. I'm not calling him Steven. Okay. What do you think, sir? I like Bug Lord, to be honest. Bug Lord's great. Oh, I'm just gonna randomize this. I'm not doing this. Randomize appearance.
Graham who likes cats.
Okay, alright. When I see the 5th stop come through, no, the 10th stop come through, that is when we stop. That is what our okay, that's 2 stops. That's 3. So you still said don't stop. That's stop. So sit.
8,
Oh.
10, 11, 12.
Okay, there we go. Venture forth. Nah, we're not getting any cutscenes. Long story short, we're on a giant spaceship full of tentacle aliens. And now I'm waking up, alright? And cool as. Alright, so are they gonna make me leave Gale behind? Because technically, you can just never rescue Gale, and you can just never have Gale. No, also, Tim and cutscenes don't get along. I love cutscenes. I watch everything, but it's, you've got to be good for it. Okay.
Another step forward.
Alright. Now, just so you know, if you've played this game, this is going to be a little painful to watch, because you'll know all the stuff that I am missing. Okay, into the rectum.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, look, you'll see. Okay, straight in. Woo! Let's go talk to the brain. Okay, so your first major decision is gonna be to... Here we go, guys. We're talking to the brain. You've come to save us.
From this place, you'll free us. Please. Before they return.
Failed a perception check, which is always a great sign. Okay. You're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do. I've played all this before, so don't get me wrong. I know all this stuff. Free this. Okay. Do we break the skull? Do we take the brain? Do we break the skull? Look at the brain? Or do we take it? First thing in the chat is what we're gonna do. Break the skull. Okay. Save us? Do you think save us counts as advice? Break. Oh, people are being mean. Lick it? Suck the brain dry? Oh my gosh. Save. It's pretty even. Let me see. Oh, success.
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Here we go. Are we being good guys? Do we kill the brain, or do we spare it? Do we want to have it as our friend, or do we let it go, or do we kill it? All right. Spare. People really like the brain. Nom it, Tim. I'm not nomming it. Okay. Also, mostly save. Okay. Spare the creature. There we go. Yeah. I'm actually really surprised that the stream is even holding up. Alright, let's go. So, as I said, I have done this before, so I know that I'm missing things. Oh no, I've got to go get the brain. I think I need to go get the brain for it to come with me. What are we naming the brain? It's called Us, right? Yeah, it's just called Us. You gonna follow? Okay. There we go. Okay, it's coming with me. Are we doing a speed run? Yeah, honestly, guys, I am shocked that the internet is holding up at all. Is there anything in here? I can't remember if there's anything in here of any real value. Yeah, so, long story short, there's, giant frog people that are flying dragons trying to kill the octopus people who want to, have, like, screw your brain, basically. That's fundamentally what's happening right now. By the way, the next person who donates can... Actually, oh, that's a great idea. Oh... Okay, who are you? We need to figure out where we are. What do you suggest?
First, as for that thing, it will...
I don't... Okay, I don't have any... Oh, I do have a ranged attack. Tim should have read the Baldur's Gate 3 manual. There's a manual? I didn't even know there's a manual. Alright. We're just gonna... Man, I'm like level 12 in my main game. I am finding it so weird, like, playing at such a low level now. Like, Laziel, this character here is like my... Is like my killer. Oh, how did you miss? Stupid. Okay, so... Oh. Okay, we're gonna go over here. Unarmed strike. Oh, no, that was bad. I forgot I'm a ranged character, guys. Should I perform? No, I'll just have to do this. Okay, doing it at a disadvantage. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Cool. Alright, loot the bodies, guys. Loot the bodies. We need things. Okay. So, here's the question. Who are we going to have in our party eventually? Oh, I've got a... Beautiful. Is that all I've got? Light crossbow versus hand crossbow. 409, 411. Sweet. And that... Yeah, going back to level... I haven't... Okay, to be clear, I haven't beaten the game yet. And anyone who posts spoilers in the chat will be immediately banned. But if you guys have played the game, who are your favorite characters? Just out of the things. Okay. All right. You can all heal. Beautiful. You're empty. You're empty. You're empty. You're empty. Next song for Tim. Perception check. Is that a... Yeah, actually, what's the... I will sing another song, by the way, for the next person who... just, you know, I am really bad with pop songs. If you can name a famous song, there's a decent chance that I don't know it, and I don't know how it even sounds. I feel... oh, Into the Rectum. There we go. Okay, guys. Here's the question. Do we save Shadowheart? There's someone in here. Do we save Shadowheart? Tell me in chat. In fact, the person who donates the most money can override any vote. Well, we've got a few votes for yes. Save our queen.
We have no time for stragglers.
People are saying abandon Shadowheart. Well, people are saying save her. Yeah. Have a look around. There's got to be a way to get this thing open. Yeah, and you got to go over here and touch the thing and look for a switch or release.
Unrecognizable at first. Nothing. The console remains dormant.
It's interesting because actually I don't know how to do this because when I first did this, I was a wizard, and my wizard just automatically knew how to do this, and so I never actually had to do this thing. So, I think if I remember rightly, when you're not a wizard, you've got to go in. There's like a thing you've got to do.
We are nearing the helm. One...
Oh no, that's the wrong way. Wrong way. You've got to go into another room or something to find it. She has the command spell, which you can use to make the companion drop a sword later, steal without having to kill him. That's true. I did actually play a version where we... There we go. Yes, I did go the wrong way before. Slave mine. Cartinogenous texts. Oh, it's actually called Alright, let's just talk to the Mind Flare pod.
Dazed woman is trapped in...
So, I've got a key, but that should not work at all. I never had to do this as when I was a wizard. And doing it with an audience is much more stressful.
The console appears dormant.
What if I just hit it?
Nothing. The console remains dormant. The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first. But then you spun...
You'd spy a switch underneath. A littered tablet on the corpse. There we go. Let's talk. Gotta loot the body in the other room. Oh. I thought it was empty. This is not my 24-hour live stream. The problem is that I have no idea what my internet's going to be like. There we go. Eldritch Tomb. So I never had to do that before. The problem with this is that I never know what my internet's going to be like, and so it's kind of like, can I even commit to doing a 24-hour... can I commit to doing a 24-hour live stream? I never know. Insert the rune. Arcana. Oh, I've got a negative... Oh, I still won! I still won! Yeah, okay, cool. Will the pod to open? Oh my... How? It was a DC class of 2! Of 2! Can I just do it again?
You feel the biomechanical brain.
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Try with Zeal.
Steadily, awaiting command. The pulse, perhaps it will open the nearby pod.
Place your hand on the console. Will the pod to open? Come on, I've got a +1. There we go. I had to win that one. That was amazing.
You feel the biomechanical shiver runs across your mind.
There we go. Alright, Shadowheart. Okay. Here's a question, guy.
I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin.
I didn't know you could make me. I've played for 3 times.
Launches into her
Yeah, you can.
gratitude.
Dangerous company. Dangerous company is what needed in the fight. We were in each other's heads. Blah blah blah. Okay, long story short, emo goth girls in our party now, basically. Alright then, let's get going. I'm Bug Lord.
Shadowheart. It's nothing.
All right. Oh, and also, Shadowheart has a thing. That's all you really need to know. Shadowheart has a special little. Shadows has a special little Oh, oh no! You're gonna wake a thing up, aren't you? You're gonna go and. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? The brain.
Very well.
Oh, he's just hanging about. He's just hanging about. Okay, I can ignore him. Switch out Shadowheart spells? True, true. Alright, Shadowheart. Who needs healing spells? Healing spells are useless. Early on, Bless is actually really good. Guiding Bolt, Shield of Faith. That's really good. To be honest, these are pretty good spells. I don't know if I would change this. This tells you something about someone's playstyle, though. But an increase of armor class by 2 is probably less valuable than Bless. And we'll send that to Shadowheart. I mean, she's got a...
At least things have stayed interesting.
Send that to Shadowheart.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. No time to rest?
Better than failing Sacred Flame. That is true, but...
Seems simple enough.
Alright, guys. Into the suspiciously spiral-like bodily parts. Let's go! So, here you go. Big ugly octopus guy wants us to... he's gonna be attacked by a dude and now we have to defend him. Oh, they're definitely not ends. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Oh my gosh. How is the most dangerous weapon I've got? A...
Don't waste a step.
Alright, Bardic Inspiration. And we will... There we go. What's interesting is that you can actually...
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder. On the move.
So, fun fact, Lizelle here is actually... This is very weird for me to play, because she's actually... she is... I've changed her class in my main playthrough to be a paladin. Absolutely crazy OP. I've got Lizelle's crits down to 16. Now, if you don't know how this game works, basically in D&D, if you roll a 20 on a 20-sided dice, most of the time it's 20, you get to double your damage, pretty much. You get to critical hit. But I have, in my version of the game... Too many hit points, come on. Come on. Oh, you're about to spawn more, aren't you? Okay, I'll just... I've got that number down from 20 to 16, which means that 20% of my 20% of my my attacks are hits. Does fire even damage imps? I actually don't know. Apparently it does.
Victory awaits. On the move.
Okay. You can sacrifice yourself. Daniel Schnee donated 20 euros to orders. Thank you so much. Daniel, if you've seen something in the comments, Laura here will hopefully find, if you send a question or something like that, or a suggestion. If you want me to sing a song, I will sing it in a way that I don't know. Also, feel free. Let's play an exercise. Type a famous song in the comments, and I'll tell you if I actually know the song. Could be a modern pop song or not, because there's a decent chance I don't. People are always shocked when I don't know things. Oh, are you not? Oh, that's annoying.
What should I do? Heading there.
Okay. Oh, come on, miss! The hell is that? Oh. I'm still voting ABBA. I do know ABBA exists. Like, I know ABBA is a thing. How is my most consistent hitter a goddamn intellect devourer? Alright, you'll sleep. You'll sleep. You'll sleep. And there we go. Sometimes I wonder what Tolkien would think of JRPGs. He would be baffled that a thing such as a JRPG exists. Three damage? God damn. Oh, actually, I hope... I think he would hate it. Look, Tolkien hated a lot of things. 99 Luftballons. Oh, I know that one. I do know that one. I could sing the German version. Do people want me to sing the German version of... Is there a German version? Like... Well, I mean, I assume there's, like, a German version, but I think the German version is... I don't think... Isn't Luftballons like hot air balloon? Luftballons are like balloons? Mithril donated. Mithril themselves, the legendary armor from... Legendary metal from Tolkien's Legendarium. Tolkien was a known hater of a lot of things. Yeah, this is true. Okay, alright. Tell you what, we've had 2 donations recently. I will look up, okay, 99 Luftballons. So I only know how part of... Oh, it literally is in German. Okay. Okay. Alright, here we go, guys. Thank you for your donations. This is what you've got. Hast du etwas jetzt für mich, dann sein ich in Leid für dich. Nein, von 99 Luftballons auf zum Horizont, den will ich dich grad an mich, dann ich in Leiden für dich. 99 Luftballons und das Wasser von so kommt. Instrumental 99 Luftballons auf uns Horizont. Hielt man für Ufos aus dem Alltag ist nicht ein General, ne viel Staffel hinter Heilige Alarm, als geben wenn so Hawaii. Duber war not to as hard as I don't 99 Luftballons, Dussen Verleger, jede Wei Grober Krieger hielten sich vor Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk is mentioned in this? Es gab in Grobesen Fairwork, die Nachbarn haben nichts gerafft und furchen Seiten gleich Ackenmarkt, die beschloss man also am Horizont auf 99 Luftballons. I think that's pretty good, guys. How do...
Was any of that pronounced accurately to be understandable?
Yeah, I believe that was accurately pronounced.
Oh.
Famously, German is easy to say. You know, I'm German and you sound like a native. Yes! 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 I'll take it. I'm pretty stoked with that. You know? The Nautiloid is about to crash and everyone is gonna die singing. That was honestly awesome.
Now what are we gonna do for...
Yeah, guys, I don't know what you want for Mithril. What does Mithril want?
I can't even catch my breath.
What? I don't know. I think that's... I don't know. Is it South Korea?
Swedish krona.
Swedish krona. Thank you very much. Anonymous donated Swedish krona. That is very kind. Thank you.
Well, do they also get a...
Uh,
I don't know if I can tag them if I'm wrong.
yeah. What? Someone will just be like, "I donated anonymously."
Can't afford to let up.
Oh my gosh! In classic Shadowheart move, Shadowheart completely misses. Who would have thought Shadowheart completely misses, right? But also, you don't just have to get me doing songs, by the way. You guys are welcome to
Safety dance.
what is this?
You don't know the safety dance.
What's the safe?
Oh.
What is this? I can create a safety dance.
I can't. It's called the safety dance.
Like
Talk to me.
Yeah.
what is the safety dance? I have no. What is that a thing?
I know it. You won't know it.
You know it.
I know it.
Oh, and a shocking twist of events.
Dance by men without cats.
I don't know what does that mean. What is that?
It's a song.
It's not a dance.
No, it's a song.
It's not a dance though. I thought it was like a.
There's probably a dance that goes with it. It's possibly how it got famous.
I thought it was like one of those things that they do on airplanes, where they
Check out the music video. It's the one that played Catwoman / Zombie Online.
Halle Berry.
Is that
Didn't-
her name? That sounds awfully like her name.
I think Halle Berry played Catwoman at some point. So did Anne Hathaway at one point.
Well, maybe it's not her. Is it image that's come up? No, I think.
Kylo Ren. This is not Kylo Ren, famous Sith Lord. This is Kylo Ren, famous donator of $10 to Doctors Without Borders. Thank you very much.
So you're gonna do it?
Am I going to do what?
Safety dance.
Oh, things have just gotten very bad. Oh, I think I need to flee. I think this has taken a turn for the worse. Famous Knight of Ren. So did Michelle Pfeiffer. I don't know who Michelle Pfeiffer is. When I think of Michelle Pfeiffer, I see Jennifer Aniston in my head.
What?
I don't know what to tell you. Guys, look, I tried to anticipate getting tried to get Commander Zalk's sword, but I. Oh, she's like which? Well, I presume she's the main woman from Stardust, the blonde star. No, Stardust is amazing. Look, hashtag Stardust Gang in chat. Lamia?
The one on the right.
Oh no! Oh, she plays the witch. She plays the witch. Hashtag still.
She also plays the lead in the famous Grease 2.
Grease 2? Yeah, look, guys, I'm sorry, but,
The Helm's alien transponder. You made it in time.
so I'm stopping the ship from crashing. Did you get a chance to see Adler in concert while in Europe? Yes, actually, I did. I went to it. It was amazing to see. It was incredible. Guys, if you haven't seen or read, although in a weird way, I think Stardust is one of those rare examples of the book being better than the film being better than the book. Okay, guys, our ship is crashing. Actually, this is interesting because you actually see so many things from the rest of the story. Like, here are some villains, and I think you see the tieflings and stuff like that. But yes, this is exposing. I hope you guys learn. This is exposing my lack of knowledge of famous things. To be honest, anything. I don't know music, and I don't know celebrities. What? Okay, I can do the safety dance. Yeah, fine.
I mean, you won't know the tune.
The safety dance. I've never heard of this unless Men Without Hats. Okay, alright, here you go. Alright. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. 'Cause your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. I say we can go where we want to. A place where they'll never find. And we can act like we come from out of this world. Leave the real world far behind. We can dance. Dum 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 dum. We can go where we want to. The night is so young, and so am I. And we can dress real neat from our hats to our feet and surprise you with the victory cry. I say we can act if we want to. We don't, nobody will. So you should donate to Doctors Without Borders. And if you can act real rude and totally removed, I can act like an imbecile. We can dance. There we go. I mean, that's... I don't know how accurate that was.
You didn't get the tune at all, but you did still sound something like the music from the Karate Kid.
I sounded like the Karate Kid. Thank you, Anonymous. $20 Doctors Without Borders. Thank you so much. And another $20 for Doctors Without Borders. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Tim explaining things while the main character pulls up. Check yourself for injuries. Orange yourself. Where'd you land? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So... how do you rate my performance, guys? Did I skip Shadowheart? Oh, I did. Okay, guys, tell me in chat. I'll just start a poll. Be mean to Shadowheart. Be nice to Shadowheart. That's our poll, guys. I mean, if people want songs, I feel like I'm torturing them. What does Kylo? I mean, I will also answer questions if people have questions. 10 out of 10. People are rating me highly. Guys, I think I would win Eurovision.
You're alive.
People want me to be nice to Shadowheart.
Alive. How is this
More
possible?
torture. Bard.
The divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. Though, I suppose it's not impossible.
Does Tim watch Eurovision? I do not watch Eurovision. I watch the occasional clip that shows up on my TikTok feed or Instagram feed. So, you know, I do have Euro Papa. Yeah, oh, I can't sing that without probably getting copyright strike, can I? Now what? What's happened to our gift
You
friend?
might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like you're more concerned. First things first. We need
So, we gotta go and...
shelter.
I'd love to know if you're a D&D player. I am!
We might have escaped, but we still
A
have
who's?
little monsters
Oh!
in our
Yes, I'm not just a D&D player, I am a DM. It was actually last year, before we head off to Europe, I said to my friends, I was like, hey guys, I want to make sure that I see you all kind of enough, and so I want to do a D&D campaign, and so I did! And we played like an amazing campaign. Every week we would get together and we would do the story. We went away for a weekend at the end of it and played like for 2 days straight. And for the finale, it was incredible, and it was heartbreaking, and it was so much. I love it. Have I watched the Star Wars animated shows? No, not really. I mean, I've seen the odd episode of Clone Wars. So yeah, but we should stay together.
And we both know what's at stake. One thing, it would have been all too easy for you to run right past. Lead the way.
Okay, so this is a delightful idea. So thank you so much for all the donations so far. It really does mean a lot. Man, I'm back at this part of the game where having 4 coins matters. Oh, I've got a hat. Midge is out? The goat's out, guys. Midge is the little goat, the little baby goat, who gets bullied by the other goats, so she had to be separated. Second edition will always be your favorite. That is, admittedly, not something I hear particularly often. People saying second edition. Yes, people want. I wanted one last game before my own epic trip into the unknown. I'm and ever since then, my whole group has just been loving the idea of doing another campaign. So I've got lots of ideas. Okay. So here's the question, guys. So if you don't know this game yet, basically we're going to travel around for the next while, and we're going to pick up other characters. And it's going to be up to you guys, chat, as to what I do with those characters. Okay? So,
More of those wretched things.
also highly recommend Rebels. I've heard Rebels is good, although it's interesting. I heard that when Rebels first came out, people weren't super big on it, but then they sort of changed their minds.
Better stay back. One strike could be lethal.
Man, not having multi-attack makes it so slow. People watching me quick save. Yeah, so any donations, guys, you guys can ask questions. Laura will track them down for you. Alright, let's Sacred Flame train. Yeah, who would have thought? Oh my gosh! Oh, what the hell? I'm... One hit and I was down. Oh, this is not good. This is... not good. Oh my gosh, how did I... I think I'm about to die, guys. This is why...
I need healing.
Oh, no. To be fair, I'm about to stabilize. Oh. Yeah, Red Bar 2024. I mean, DMing is just so much fun. Running an actual game, you know, like being able to tell a story and have others respond to it and see them engaged in it is such a nice thing to be able to do. Okay. So let's Vicious Mockery you. Oh, saved Vicious Mockery. How the hell is that fair? I'm about to stabilize. Dies. Hello, Future Bard 2024. It's true. Okay, I think they're vulnerable to fire. If I remember rightly, they're vulnerable to fire. Not that vulnerable. I will at least block that one from... If I can do that... Vicious Mockery. Oh, it's on... God damn it. Oh my gosh! You stupid bard! Level up. Wow, okay, well, let's see if I survive this time. This is not boding well. This is boding very poorly. I am not... Well, first off, I'll do that. Yeah, she's notorious for missing in my games too. Oh, I think I can do this. Okay. I'm saving here because if I lose this, Guiding Bolt. Still at 90% with disadvantage. It's worth it. Why not? There we go. Hell yeah. Were there any players, any NPCs that your players suddenly got loved and got attached to that surprised you? To be honest, most of the I mean, I basically had two NPCs in my campaign. I had a mother and her son. There were NPCs throughout the campaign, but the main recurring ones were them. And NPCs are really hard to do because they can either feel like burdens or they can feel like not people, right? If you force them on a party, then the players immediately presume them as kind of like they're the DM's PC. And they sort of don't really view them as a person anymore. They view them as like the mouthpiece through which you are going to kind of tell them things. And to an extent, when they can see that, it sort of undermines their ability to connect with them. If there's an NPC who they pick up, who they think is not really part of your plan, then suddenly they become an asset that you never intended. And in that way, there's something that they can lose. And so I had this sort of unfortunate circumstance where I think I sort of too clearly indicated that my NPCs were people that I intended them to be around a bit. But there were characters who they got attached to. And that is really cool. That was really cool to see. There was this one called Prisoner something. Prisoner 13, who I ended up using quite a bit, and she was the semi-ally, semi-enemy. Alright, we're leveling up, guys. Next spell. Fairy Fire. All targets within light turn visible, and attack rolls against them have advantage. That's actually pretty good. Although, Is that really what you want? Animal friendship, Bane. I don't think we need Bane. Guys, do I want speak with animals or fairy fire? Alright, long strider. I'm not doing long strider. Animal speak. Long strider's good, but like it's not that good. It's a ritual spell, so it doesn't use a spell slot. It says it uses a spell slot, so I don't know about that. Speak with animals is hilarious. I agree. Speak with animals is much funnier. Okay, alright. Which spells? Command. I've never found command that useful, to be honest. The Crab Destroy Water is really, really good if you've got some lightning damage, but I do not have lightning damage. That's all I think I want.
Anything of use?
Okay, time to be violent. This is just balanced. I would already be dead if this were a... Okay, guys. Next up, we're meeting Hot Vampire Boy. I personally don't think he's hot, but apparently TikTok is obsessed with him. There was a thing that came out recently that apparently Gale is technically the most popular, though I don't think that's reflective of his character. I think that is indicative that people like having a wizard on their team, and not everyone plays as a wizard. Okay, right. Starting poll.
What's hiding here?
I will... I think Gale's around here. There he is. Sorry, there's a Starion. Okay, guys.
Hurry! I've got one of those.
There we go. What do I do with the vampire boy? Do I leave him or keep him, guys? 100%. Oh, leave him. There's 52%, guys. That's disturbing. Buglord is the hottest character. Yeah, no, that's fair. Keep him. Keep him's at 58%.
There. Shh. Not a sound. And you.
I need her alive. Stow that blade, or I'll show you just how messy things
Add him to the gaggle of weirdos.
Now.
Okay,
I saw
he's
you
too good a thief.
share.
Okay, I don't know why people... I don't think
Not.
Astarion... I don't really use him, for the record. Do I headbutt the elf? Do I headbutt the elf or not? Yes, this is the guy on the front of the game, though there's like 5 people on the front of the game. Headbutt, headbutt. Yep.
You wretched little.
I staked Astarion the moment I caught him drinking from me. Yeah, there's this real weird scene a little bit later on, where if you don't do anything in a way that feels very weird, a character will just completely murder another one.
The light, the fear.
that? What's going on? The world. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies. My name.
I
is
find him
Star.
really pretentious.
I was in Baldur's
personally.
Gate when those beasts snatched me. Is that so? Although
Okay, so
it hasn't happened yet. If we can
yeah, I
find
mean
an
my
expert,
group that I'm running with,
there
Palaziel,
might still be time.
Laziel, who I've reclassed as a paladin. She's OP as hell. Karlak, I'm a wizard, and Shadowheart. Shadowheart is honestly pretty useless, to be honest, but Shadowheart has like a few abilities that no one else has that are really important. So you sacrifice a lot. You sacrifice a lot to get those very few abilities. We need to get rid of it. You should travel with me. Our odds are better.
I was ready to go this alone. But maybe
Yeah,
sticking with
Starion
the
feels like the bard. In fact, you can reclass him as a bard.
And you seem like a useful person. All right. I accept. Lead on.
Okay, alright.
Someone there.
Level up. So, the question is... we're about to... Do we help the wizard... So we're about to come up against a wizard, okay? Do we help the wizard Gale? Or do we not help him?
Even injured is dangerous.
This is like early enough in the game that I have to remind myself that they shouldn't be walking on fire. Gale is not late to the party, nor early. He arrives precisely when he means to. He is around here somewhere. Oh no, that's... Oh, whoops. We have actually... We've bumped into... Where am I? Oh, I think I've taken a wrong turn. I think I've... He's down here. Here we go. Keep him. Alright. We're collecting them all like Pokemon. Is that the message? Is that we're connecting them like Pokemon? How many party members are there? You can have 4 people in your party. But you have like 10 people or so at your camp who you can pick between. And they're all kind of different classes and they all do different sort of things. Gather all... Yeah, this is gonna... Am I playing a Power of Friendship game? I didn't realize... I honestly thought that you guys were gonna make me you were gonna make me be psychotic.
It looks slightly dangerous.
Alright. Tune yourself to the magic. Man, I got like a lot of bonuses there. And nothing. So we're pulling out the wizard. Yes. I am Bug Lord. Do you guys have any other questions, by the way, while we're waiting for that? And also, any donations, of course, you can ask me to perform a song or anything like that.
Hello.
What?
Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
Who's hotter, Gale or Astarion? That is the next poll. Who's hotter, Gale or Astarion?
A bit shocked. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the North Lloyd as well. And I can only assume you too were on the...
Karlak. So the charity is for Doctors Without Borders. These are people who bring healthcare and They bring healthcare, nurses, doctors to regions which do not have the infrastructure to support them as much as they need. And they're a really important and valuable asset in places that need support. You know, we hear a lot about Palestine and Ukraine, and those are, you know, important places to support that need resources and so on. But there's also, you know, South Sudan, there's the Congo, there's stuff going on in Thailand, Myanmar at the moment, and getting people on the ground with the right resources and the right connections and importantly the right skills, you know, is really important. And doctors are of course always in demand, so it's a good cause to support. So all donations are incredibly appreciated. And I do think that, yeah, creators have some obligation to try and, you know, use their platform for good. It's not, you can't fight every battle, but you can fight some battles, and it's important to. Couldn't phrase it more repellently myself. That's so mean. And you guys don't want me being mean, apparently.
It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt. But
So people are saying, people have said that. Have you ever played Soma? I have played Soma. Yes. Soma was actually originally going to be in the video that about immortality. Unfortunately, it is one of those stories which I think I might have to cut. It is really good, but it's not connected enough, and it requires too much kind of like contingent explanation to be able to be a focus of the video. Sadly, it's possibly going to end up cut, unfortunately. Who is Scratch? Is Scratch the squirrel? I can't even remember.
As we've established few enough, we're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon.
Thank you, Thoughtful Noise, for $20. That's incredible. Yes, you. If you have something that you would like me to answer, or a question, or a thing. Scratches the dog. Oh, Scratches the dog. Yeah, I never got the dog in my main playthrough. Any recommendations for Switch players who like Fantasy Hands? I don't know Switch. I don't never played. Have you? That's a good plan. Just join me.
Most excellent. Parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but it was an act of foresighted kindness.
Okay, guys. No, I didn't get Scratch. I didn't know Scratch was there on my first playthrough. Like, okay, guys. There's this interesting thing where, like, when a game comes out, you get all of this diversity in playthrough because there's not a, like, the game is still being learned about by the community. And I got Baldur's Gate when it first came out. And so when I was learning to play it, like, there wasn't just, like, huge wikis and this, like, cultural osmosis of like, knowledge about what's in the... He said he doesn't know. That's right, I'll answer that in a second. Subclass evocation. Alright, guys, what type of wizard is Gale? Tell me in chat. But, like, generally people start to build up, like, an understanding of, like, what the story is, or something like that. Like, even if people haven't seen Game of Thrones, they have, like, vague understandings of, like, important plot points. But, like, I didn't know about Scratch. I just never encountered him, you know? Necromancer, Chronomancy, but Chronomancy. Necromancer wins. Alright, that's 3 votes for Necro. Alright, Thoughtful Noise. He said he doesn't know music. Does he have background noise when he researches? I do have background noise, but I use Rain for the most part. I listen to Rain soundtracks. Like, if you... I'm really like snobbish about Rain soundtracks. I'll be like, I'm not in the mood for like a a rain on a tin roof today. I'm in the mood for rain on a soft forest floor. Like, to me, they are very different experiences. Alright, if we're going necromancy, then he's just going to have all of the evilest spells. So Ray of Sickness, and... I mean, shield's always important, isn't it? Shield is always important, admittedly, especially at low levels. Prepared spells. Grease is okay at low levels. Sleep is good. Witch Bolt is terrible, so we'll go Ray of Sickness. Mage Armor is great. Fog Cloud. Go Shield. Yeah. I do listen to... Oh, did I not add Magic Missile? Oh, I'm dumb. I don't think I added Magic Missile. Hang on. Oh, I don't have Magic Missile yet. Whoops.
What am I to do?
Okay, alright. We're about to come up to Lizard Woman. There we go. What do I do with Palaziel? Here we go.
You think it's dangerous?
Of course it's dangerous. One of them carved up Zoru's whole squad. Zoru was right. Yellow is a
So I have a really bad story. In my original playthrough of this,
Leave it for the goblins.
I thought that the tieflings were evil here because they were talking about like killing this character who was like on my side, and I just thought they were like evil, and so I just killed them and attacked them and murdered them, which my friends have berated me for. You see, and she's like, get rid of them, you know? But of course she's psychotic, so, you know. And because they look like devils. That's just literally playing into, like, the biases of the D&D world. Alright. Oh, you've caught... Oh, I've got to do Bard Deception. Anytime you get, like, a special option for your class, you have to do it.
Hells.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Say please.
Never.
Oh. Laziel didn't say please, so... Given that Laziel did not ask to... Did not say please for being let down, do we let her down? Confirmed Tim hates tieflings. She never said please. Are the manners bad enough that no, leave her? Do I have to do another poll? Ugh. I have to do another poll, don't I? End poll. Okay. There we go. Let her down, it's not her fault, she doesn't understand ish dick. Oh, keep her but be really mean to her. That sounds worse in some ways. Be nice, keep her. It's only winning, like, it's not doing that well. Yeah, no, like legitimately, it was so playing on my biases there that I was just like, oh, I assume these guys are the bad guys, which is really dumb because like I know D&D lore around tieflings, and so I shouldn't have assumed that. And if I probably paid a bit more attention, if I probably thought about it, I should have not. But I sort of saw, because initially what happened was I saw Laziel inside the cage, and I came around later. Be nice, keeper. Okay, that's fine.
The tadpole hasn't yet scratched, but the longer my people possess the cure for this infection. I must
A simple thank you.
Suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks. Make space, and my
Okay, alright. Tell me, guys. Laziel? Is it? It's Lizel. Sorry, I know it's Lizel, but still. Okay, alright, guys. Now you've got to tell me who's staying behind. You can only have 4 people. Alright, who's got to go? If we're keeping, who's going, or is Lizel going? So type Lizel, Gale, Shadowheart, or Astarion, or some variation. Say, just type the name of the person you want to go. Is it Lizel, Shadowheart, Gale, or Astarion? That's 1 vote, 2 votes for Astarion, 3 votes for 4 votes for Astarion. Get rid of Bug. Screw you. Gale, 3 votes for Gale. 5. I think people don't want Astarion. Yeah, goodbye Astarion.
I would object, but sitting by
I feel validated that people don't want Astarion around just like me.
You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such. Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a Kresh must be near. We will ask this Zoru where.
Also, interestingly,
Assume nothing.
you know what would be funny? Reclassing Lysel as a bard. Alright. How much we at, by the way? How much? Yeah. $631. I'm pretty stoked with that. Thank you so much, guys. Again, any donations are all incredibly valuable to Doctors Without Borders and to those who are kind of suffering around the world. It's really valuable. Thank you so much. YouTube covers the transaction costs of setting it off, all that sort of thing. So I never touch the money. I would have normally set it all up like I do with Tiltify, but I just didn't have it the time to do that. I'm late to the stream. Just wanted to say I bought all 3 Wild books and loving this so far. Just started the 3rd one. But I'm glad that you've been enjoying them. They the 2nd and 3rd ones are definitely better than the first. The first one's a bit of an interesting story behind it. But I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. And hey, you know, Volume 4 one day it'll happen. Oh, that's the fire. It's gone out of pellets. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, let's go find Karlak, shall we? I think she's up this way. So, my theory is that whatever character you don't like in this game is most like you. That is an interesting thing, which is that there are certain things when you realize that you dislike a person and you don't get along with them, and you sort of have to own up to the fact that that sometimes you don't like people because they are too much like you know. There are definitely been people I've met in my life which have made me reflect on oh, I'm not as big a fan of them because I don't like these features of myself, you know. You alright? Oh, the fly landed here. Yeah. Yes, I was attacked by a fly. That is true. Okay.
I should speak up.
You! Not another step, hear me?
Me, average Helson enjoyer. Helson,
Penny up here.
peak.
What's
we're not gonna meet Helson today, probably, but it's
Or is it the ship you're after? Don't matter either way.
he's pretty damn cool. He's actually hot though. Okay, alright. Deception. I'm really good at deception, I'm pretty sure, so... Oh, that's good enough. Just.
Well, in that case, come on, you lot. No point in getting killed.
This is chat chooses everything, so I guess we're Dark Urge murder hobos. No! You see, Conrad OC. You must see, Conrad OC, that I have cultivated an audience of really, really wonderful people. People with whom moral fiber is important. People with whom it is important to be good to others around the world. Where respect and kindness are values that matter, alright? And you see, with that in mind... Ooh. Someone said kick the squirrel. I don't want to go in there because that's quite a difficult fight. I think I have to go to the clearing actually. I think Karlak's like up here. Yeah.
Except for the squirrel. The general consensus
Is kick the squirrel. Oh, I think it's because he stole someone else's home or something. Being kind to others is bad world building. Oh, this is where you meet Will. I think this is going to be a hard fight, so we'll see if I can even. Karlak is over the river to the north. Yeah, but it's got to be up here, right? Like it's. I don't remember where everything is all the time.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders!
Am I streaming from a dungeon?
The goblins will be on us any second!
Kind of. It's a dungeon which I can piece apart
Goblins are on our tail!
with
Open
the
the gate!
bricks that literally come off the wall.
You let goblins here! Where
That's
is
true.
goblins?
It's true.
Please! There's no
Oh, I have not rested, so I have no abilities. This is not going to go well for me. Okay, that's fine.
By the nine hells! Open the gate!
Guys, stop mocking my accent. I am the only person who speaks English correctly. This is... this is the New Zealand... I remember thinking as a kid, I was like, I don't have an accent. Everyone else has an accent. I just speak English normally.
Damnable roach!
Alright, here we go. Will. Now, Will is a character that I would really like to...
And suffer it still.
Is that a Kiwi thing? What's a Kiwi thing? If... No, it's not... No, I mean, people think that. Like, people... That's not... Kiwis do speak English. Well, we speak more than English. In fact, there are only two... There are only... Oh, no. Let's sleep. You. And can I get you? Oh, how are you out of sight? How are you out of sight? That's ridiculous. Can't sleep. You. Too many hit points. Too many hit points. Too many hit points. Too many hit points. Oh, what? Martin Paredes donated $20 tops of the boards. Thank you so much. So you can, if you want, please send in a question. Yeah, people can put in a song request. I speak Kiwi. Kia ora. Yeah. Kia ora, everyone. I'm afraid that my Māori is not that advanced, sadly. So, in my opinion, by the way, sleep and lameness and stuff are like some of the best spells because you can guarantee critical hits. Like hold person, fantastic. Bunnings Warehouse countdown. Countdown technically is a New Zealand thing, but it's just Australian Woolworths. Okay, alright. You're going up there. If I push you, can I... Will that kill you? I reckon that's more likely to... No, never mind. What? It's true. It's true. That'll get me. That'll get me. Oh, we're rallying. Hell yeah. I did the Kiwi accent in a one-shot with friends recently, and they all thought it was good, and I have to say thanks to you since they learned it from watching your videos. So, I have a really soft Kiwi accent, funnily enough. As with every country, there are different levels of accents, right? 5 hit points. Anyone got 5 hit points? You got 5. Please tell me you got... Oh, hell yeah. Can critical hit that. Damn it. Alright. Oh, I don't know why I action surged there. That was dumb of me. That was dumb. I don't know why I wasted my action surge. Ooh. Huh? Where is Kiwi? Like, just generally? Kiwi is New Zealand. That's typically what people are referring to. Or Aotearoa. I think New Zealand should be called Aotearoa. I think it's a cooler name. Battlefield control spells in D&D are generally the best action economy. See, I really like that, but the problem... I mean, 5e specifically does have an issue with it's never that useful. Like, it's nearly always better to... it's nearly always better to go with a damage attack than to help each other, than to reposition, than to control the battlefield, like a lot of the time. Which, sucks in a way. Wait, what? Did Will just throw a rock at me? Oh, he healed me. But yeah, I mean, like, if you go to some places in New Zealand, they will have a lot stronger accent. How did you get 2? That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, how have you not got enough movement points? Ridiculous. Oh my gosh, you didn't even... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine! Just... Lysel. Let's... Bardic Inspiration. How many Bardic Inspirations? Yeah. I will Bardic Inspiration you. how did you and your wife meet? So, Laura and I met. Basically, she was a fangirl of my YouTube channel. She sent me like a love letter, and I was like, I don't know if I really, Laura and I met at high school, and we didn't get together till I was slightly out of high school, but we got paired together for the high school musical production. And we got paired together for the auditions, where we were playing was in Fiddler on the Roof, where is there anyone else I can kill up here, or is it just him? There's a few other people. Where are you? You're up there, but you're fine. Oh, wait, you're there. We were paired together. I was cast as Mottle Cumsoil, who, by the way, is the only character in Fiddler on the Roof with a last name, which does suggest the importance of this character. And Laura was cast to audition for Zytel, which is Mottle's partner. Now, in the end, why did I even try and walk across the grease? Did I just... I'm being dumb. And... No, the High School Musical. Although my high school did do High School Musical as the musical a little bit later on. And we ended up getting... I got cast as Mottle, and she got cast as Hoddle, who was another character in the series, but is not actually the one that Mottle ends up marrying. But we connected over that, and after that... I mean, by that point, we were basically just really good friends. We started Skyping like every night, and eventually I asked her out, and 7 years later or so we got married, and yeah, so good time, you know. I'm very lucky. We had a little forest wedding. It was really cute. I actually have and now you have fur babies. It's true, we do have fur babies. Wait, where did Will go? Where did Will go? No, seriously, guys, where did Will go? Did he go in... Where did Will vanish to? Will goes inside. He's gone in there. See, I did this all in a very different order. It's really funny when you play this game and you talk to your friends about like what they did and stuff like that. And they're like, "You did it in this order? How did you even... What?" I want to go find Karlak, so... This has a shock going through it, so if I touch my lips to it, then it hurts. Let's not. Rest first? Nah, I've got full HP. I don't need to rest. Not against these guys.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's caught you. Can you hear us, Ed?
Who needs spells when I have swords? Look, I'm playing a low int, low wisdom character. I wouldn't know when to rest. My husband met during the pandemic in your Discord server. You know, funnily enough, it is not the first time that people have ended up dating through my Discord server. I failed. So I'm trying to magically figure out his wounds here.
Wait.
The injured man locks eyes with you.
Yeah, I found out you can sneak through the grove, go up a ladder, and then see the guys from the back. That's true. The way that I got into the grove was through the secret back entrance. That was the first time I encountered them. And I thought I was sneaking into the enemy camp. And then I got in and no one was attacking me. I was like, oh. Okay. So there is an English word, profound, like to think, contemplate. There's a line of dialogue that goes, ladies did not close her eyes in great profound. I'm not sure what this is referring to. Sorry. Hold to stare.
Your minds intertwine. You see his sip.
Protect them. She is a true soul.
Edwin! Ed!
He's with the absolute. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother. Do you have orders for us? Reporting to Edwin.
Explain the absolute to me.
Are you... The Absolute is our goddess. She's going to rip down the... Then we'll be the ones with the power. Well, you will firstly, true soul. You don't...
A true soul, like you, and when the time comes, I will serve at no ruler's side but my queen's.
Okay. Alright, guys. Tell me in the comments. Do I kill these people, or do I try to use them? The hat is absolutely cool. I totally agree. Use them. Make them go into the cave. Use them. Okay. They don't belong left in the world anyway.
I'm sorry, true soul. I only repeated what I thought I knew. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me. We know that all too well, man.
We're looking for fugitives. Survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Kill the owlbear. No, I'm not killing the owlbear. Oh my goodness.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone, the Absolute wants them found. At any cost. An oil bear. It had him on the ground before we had a chance to react. We managed to drag him away. I told Edwin not to look
This,
at that
yeah,
cave.
the owlbear.
It was filthy with oil bear tracks.
Okay, guys. If you don't kill the owlbear, you can get its cub. The owlbear did nothing wrong. I'm not gonna kill the owlbear. That is... I thought you guys wanted me to be good. Keeping the owlbear does not... You can get the cub if its mother has an unfortunate accident. Guys! It doesn't matter if you get the cub. Killing the mother is not ethically justifiable. I need to introduce you to a friend of mine. The goblins kill them anyway, apparently? Since when? Is that a thing? Nah. Wait, no, hang on. You can't justify, well, the goblins will probably kill them. So... The goblins kill it. How do you know the goblins kill it? Like, because the goblins don't move. How do you know? The cub will be found on the camp later. Oh, yeah, that's right. Killing an innocent owlbear definitely violates your alignment. Leave it alone and let the goblins kill. Also, that's playing with god knowledge, alright? That's metagaming. That's literally metagaming, alright? Forget the owlbear. You're alive to go. And just leave it. Find a way as a sacrifice. Oh, hi, OSP.
May the Absolute
Alright, I'm just gonna let them go. And... Okay, here's the question, guys.
Resonates within the core. Your
Basically, if you don't know this game, there are these worms that can be found inside people's brains, and you can use the worms to get power. Okay, like if you put the worms inside your brain, you get abilities. So, the question for you is, do we use the worms? Because the worms are kind of like they're kind of like the... I mean, they're the seed of the alien octopus people's brainworms. Yeah, brainworms make you strong. And so, do we use them or not? In a good. They're basically... I gotta start a poll now, again. Do we use the brainworms, guys? Yes? Yes, no? 53%. I haven't done a playthrough where I've used the brainworms yet. It's still 50%. 54. Oof. Brainworms are exclusively good. Too tasty not to eat. Look, chat decides. We do use the brainworms. So that's 60%. Welcome the Tadpole's influence. There we go. Okay. Alright, what are these? On a hit with a weapon attack, possibly inflict a -D4 penalty attack. Okay, so that can go to Lizelle, probably. Cool. And you, we're gonna go brainworm. Where's the brainworm?
The parasite is stubborn. It refuses both to leave or to allow itself to be used as you desire. The parasite is stubborn. It refuses both to leave or to allow itself to be used as you desire.
It doesn't want me to eat it yet. That's fine. So the owlbear's down there, so I'm not gonna go and do that. You have to have met the Guardian. Ah, that's right. That's right. Before you can use them.
No traps, please.
Do you think your kin search for you?
There's so many dead bodies in this game, man.
I know they do not. Dead goblins. This is my responsibility to cleanse myself.
I wonder where they were going.
I stupidly got Witch Bolt when I was first playing this. I was like, that sounds like a good ability. Okay, well down there's the hag. This is Goblin area.
Something's waiting up ahead.
Get over there! Surround them like!
Get Scratch? Oh, yeah, there's a... I don't know where the dog is off the top of my head.
You've spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked. We got you surrounded. Here's how the... Or you turn around, and you're back...
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Situational? I don't think I've ever had situational advantage. How do you do? My name's Gaffrosh. Alright, I'll go get the dog.
Suppose it's best to save our strength. Go on then.
He's down here. Scratch is down. Oh, he's like down here or something. I think he's down here. By the way, if you guys haven't yet. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And you know what's even better, guys? I'm gonna speak with animals.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly. I told you to go.
Oh, okay. What if I intimidate him? No, that sounds like a bad idea. I will perception check, which is not great given I have a -1 to wisdom. And we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders. They supply healthcare around the world. Nurses, doctors, supplies, and
You know my name. Interesting. A predator wouldn't care to learn it. Still, you should go.
and they're really
My friend
important.
is
You know, they're
injured.
doing work all around the world,
He needs rest.
and it's just important to put money and resources in the hands of people who need it. I don't think he's going to wake up. Oh, this is sad. This is really sad.
Of course he will. And then we'll return home.
That's horrifying. Oh my gosh. Prove the man is dead. Shout at his corpse. This seems like a terrible idea. What happened to your
We were
friends?
attacked with cackling, furry things on two legs. And their smell.
Cackling
was
furry
strange,
things on two
rotten,
legs.
evil.
You know the creatures he describes. Gnolls.
I don't want to. I don't want to shout as the. I just want to
No.
offer him.
I won't leave him.
If he doesn't wake up, follow my scent. I have a cat.
If
Okay,
it
that's
comes to that, I may. Thank
okay. So he might. Can I loot his body? I can loot his body.
Don't mind if I do.
Tell me, Lae'zel, when you say we might be purified at your creche, what does that mean exactly?
All right. No, I will not shout at the corpse. That's very mean. Why would I? I would never.
Hope this ends well.
Shout. Look, shouting at a corpse is rude, but 10 gold is 10 gold. And it's not incorrect to point out that he has no need for it. In fact, arguably, it's the moral thing to do to take someone's gold from their body, okay? Like, I'm just saying that as a method towards social justice, looting corpses seems like an at least morally neutral act. You know, social distribution. And put it this way, if I'm going to inherit his dog, then I need to afford dog food. So, you know, like, there are there are parts of it which are really important. Okay. All right. What are you doing? Oh, we need hold person. Aid is good. That's good. That's good. Preparing cure wounds. Cure wounds is terrible. Never ever use cure wounds. Healing Word is also terrible. Hold Person is better. Guiding Bolt is okay. Blindness is better. In a world of real gods, maybe the dead need that gold mine in the afterlife. Maybe that would make it immoral. Look, oh my goodness. Is this what a bard is like? Hold Person is always fantastic. See, Hold Person's just great. Silence, you really, because you're not gonna use your wit to distract a comment. Bardic Inspiration, Inspire an ally. I don't want to be combat. I like doing support stuff, so we'll do that. I really wish there was a way to allow the party to level up automatically based on their default character. I don't think I would want that because, like, I don't think I would want that. It really does not take much time to level up your characters, and even if you're going from like level 0 to 12. Let's get Magic Missile, and it just encourages you to be aware of the mechanics and what your options are. If you gave them an automatic way to level up, then they would end up then people would end up like just not really understanding what their characters are doing and why. Maneuver. Oh yeah, that's right. Commander's Strike to reach an ally. That's pretty good. Generally. Basic footwork. Fainting attacks. Additional attack. Getting half the movement speed. Menacing attack. I think that's good. Add it to the attack roll. Pushing attack. Rally. Bolstering the zone. Post. Let's do that. Actually, trip attack is pretty good as well. Yeah, because getting... Jacob Lewis donated $5. Tadpole. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Helps us do good things in the world.
No, never mind.
What's up here? Oh, no, she's down this way, isn't she? Yeah, she is. So, guys, this is Karlak. Big muscle demon woman. So, here is the question. Do we keep Karlak? And I assume you're going to say yes, because you guys like just collecting them all like Pokemon. Oh, try to douse the flames? That's hilarious.
Steady on, soldier. That's the stuff.
Do we keep help the tier paladins?
Please tell me I found you before those so-called paladins of Tyr did.
Do we keep Karlak? Do we want to have Karlak in the party, basically?
Nice of you to ask. Lately, I've gotten used to being... The truth is...
A great heat roars through then you're lost in...
Keep Karlak? Okay, so... Who... We have another poll now. Keep Karlak. Who does Karlak replace? Okay, does she replace Gale? Lae'zel? Or Shadowheart? Or but at camp. Okay, here you go. Here's your votes, guys. That's your votes. Who's winning?
I'm Karlak. And
I am Buglord.
Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? You're so good.
So the paladins, by the way, are very, very powerful.
Get the fuck out of there.
So it looks like I'm honestly surprised. Why do you guys want Lizelle to go?
But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as palad. Fuck yeah. After we
A warrior who winks at her foes.
She's mean.
You'd be a fool to refuse her.
I'd hug. You know I'm up for it, but your party's a
All right,
full.
bye.
Until later, then.
Excellent. Let's go. Making me sweat.
I mean, I am playing with I do play with in my main game. I do play with Karlak, Palaziel, and Shadowheart. Beerheart, I think, is best. Resistance to yeah. Beerheart is always best. That's what we want. To be fair, 2 fighters is redundant. I suppose that they are redundant, yes. The reason I hadn't really thought about it is because in my game, Laziel is a paladin, so technically fulfills a different role. Yeah, so the paladins up here, by the way, they are... I will die if I will die if I try to fight them. Do you guys want me to fight them anyway?
Onward, ever onward.
These boots have seen everything.
Let's hear the votes. Nah, train up. Yeah. Well, when did I last save? Is right now. Can I think I can come in from 2 different directions, right?
Let's see.
Alright, well I already know what they are, so...
Pick to fight. The consequences.
Ah, I hate hold person, man. It is... blisteringly bad. Oh, 1? Seriously? Oh my gosh. That's what we want, though. So far, not going terribly, but also not going amazingly. Oh, I'm gonna save after this because where is Gale? Where is? Oh, where is Gale? Oh my.
Most excellent.
Gale's coming around here. And he's you know, there's a moment later in the game which if you played it, basically a character disappears for a complicated reason. And
It's a gnome's life for me.
was Gale doing the right thing? That's the question, guys.
That worry you?
I'd give it a bloody good fight, that's for sure.
Anything you give a dragon is bad.
Oh, I didn't. Can I? I'm not in combat yet, so I can change out my magic missile. We'll switch out Witch Bolt. Put in magic missile. And I think that's all I want, but we'll do a second level magic missile spell. This is so far going quite well. Which, to be clear, I have kind of cheesed this a little bit. Oh, come on. Why do you not have an ability here? Oh, have you been... Damn it. Oh, no. Oh. Ah. There we go. And we're going to hold person on you. Hell yeah. And now... I think... 1 to 8, 1 to 10... Nah, you want to save your magic missiles for another time. And now, because they're held... Oh, yeah! That's what we want. You know, if you just wail in on them, honestly turns out pretty okay. Well, that turned out pretty well. Honestly, when I first did that when I played this game, absolutely got screwed in this. Like, I got absolutely... Yeah, made that look easy. Well, I've been playing this game for a while now, and I have... The thing is that if you actually have not played Dungeons & Dragons, Baldur's Gate is gonna seem like a pretty weird game to play. Like, mechanically, it is not like most other fantasy games, you know, out there, in terms of how combat and how magic works. And... So, if you've got, like, that sort of information, it helps a lot. Very, very much so. And so I mean, I definitely have information which really helps. And I very much, you underestimate them the first time. But, like, once you've been playing for a while, you know certain tricks. Like, first off, going and talking to them first means that you don't get a surprise round on them. You don't get in 2 or 3 hits before they get in hits, which immediately gives you a 10-15% advantage. Secondly, you know, like, you know, I just have a better feel for what sort of stuff is gonna, yeah. Oh, I mean, this is very different to Skyrim. Much better than Skyrim. Like, Baldur's Gate is one of those rare, extremely well-polished games that is beyond what it ever says it would. You know, is so much better than anything you can imagine. Like, trying to explain the concept of, like, a 3rd level spell, which is not the same thing as a spell that is your level, because, like, the leveling for spells and your level is not the same. It's... Well, I mean, when you talk about it not being comparable to Skyrim, what do you... I mean, what do you mean here? Because the way I think about it is, when you think about it as, like, comparative experiences, right? Where people go to games for specific experiences, right? They go to games because they want to be a wizard, right? That casts spells and fights, and there's a dark lord, and it's fun combat, and there's a story, and they get to be in a fantasy world. Like, that's the feel that people go after. Like, the reason that someone plays Skyrim instead of like COD or something like that is partly because they want a different immersive experience. I think people also do play for game mechanics, you know. So, like, but I mean, I don't think many people search out, like, turn-based combat, like, or stuff like that. I mean, again, I have no idea, but, like, the idea of an open world is probably something what draws people in. So it's, like, comparable to, like, other open world games or other narrative games or whatever, you know. Again, I'm not a game critic though, so take anything I say with, like, a massive grain of salt. Oh, these are... I need a short rest.
Come on, let's go.
Creature's eyes roll back in at she'd eaten, feasted, and yet looking into her eyes.
Actually, no, hang on.
See, it wasn't enough.
I want to speak to animals because I've never had played a game where you speak to this animal here, and I want to hear it. What on earth is that? Song of Rest. You analyze it as though you would have taken a short rest. That's cool as hell. So if I do... Oh, that's real cool. So, you can talk to animals. Which means you can go talk to...
The creature's eyes roll.
Oh, that's a bit gruesome. Let's not that. Oh yeah, they... Melee attack! Oh, that's a bit brutal. In every other playthrough, I've approached from the other side, though. Really.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
If I sleep you...
Scram! And whatever you do, don't go and get your friends.
Forgetting that I have multi-attack is crazy, man.
Moving.
Another step forward. This'll be mean.
Eh... Damn it. It was within like one hit. Oh, what the hell was that? Sacrifice 6 movement and deal an additional 3 damage. Well, it still works. Oh, that's what I want to see.
Need to stay focused.
We're just playing at balanced difficulty. I did ask everyone what difficulty they wanted, and they said they wanted it at damn it. I think I'm about to die. Man, I miss my biggest spells.
Of course.
Oh, I'm dumb. One? You're resistant or something.
Heating up.
Let's finish this.
Critical miss on a spell. How the hell does that happen? Alright. Thank you very much for the $5 donation from Anonymous. It means a lot. Oh, I should have used a... Damn, I should have used a... I should have used a potion there.
On my way.
So now, you're at 3. I can probably risk that. You're at 1. Let's do that. That's 2 down.
In position.
Oh my gosh. Click the wrong thing.
No time to lose.
Alright, Karlak. It's go time.
My faith will protect me. Strike hard, strike fast. Grotesque way possible.
Alright, there we go. So, I'm afraid that that probably brings us to the end of the live stream. And I know that this wasn't as organized as my normal live streams would have been, but I'm pretty stoked that we got to raise about $660. And I'll leave that up for donations that want to come in over the next little while. I want to thank everyone who has donated and sent in suggestions for songs and stuff like that. This is your last opportunity to ask me questions in chat that I will see, or otherwise. And if you type them in, then I'll see if I can get to them before we close it out. Baldur's Gate with all of you has been a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll do this again. Like, it might be turn into a series or something like that, but inconsistently, perhaps. I am currently working on a really big video, which I'm excited to show you all. There's lots of really interesting stuff to come. Do you know the Muffin Man? Yes, I think he lives on Deary Lane. And thank you everyone for listening. Listening to me read out my short story there. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, or I hope you enjoyed it also. But other than that, I think that's all. Watch out for the video this weekend. It's just a little one talking about redemption arcs and Azula and stuff like that, to sort of tide you over before the bigger video. There's lots of stuff to do. Secretly, Seth donated $5 Canadian. Thank you so much. Talk to Baldurs. I love that a charity stream for doctors ends on a shot of the ground just covered in blood. It's a bit grim in that way. But yeah, you guys have a good one, and I will talk to you all soon. Stay nerdy, and I will see you in the future.